Good morning, students. In today's class, we have to study about the ear. Ear is one of the sensory organ. So we have to start with ear today. So ear is the organ of hearing and balance. So in this chapter, in this topic, we will see how the ear is helping us to hear as well as to maintain the balance. So our ear is divided into three basic parts, that is the external ear, the middle ear and the internal ear. Okay, let's see the parts of the external ear, middle ear and internal ear. External ear has these basic parts, that is ear pinna. So this ear pinna is the part of external ear. Okay, then this auditory canal, this is the auditory canal, this is also the part of external ear, and this is the tympanic membrane or the eardrum. So the ear pinna, the auditory canal and the tympanic membrane, these three is forming the external ear. Okay, now we will see the middle ear. Okay, so middle ear has these basic parts, that is malleus. This is the malleus, three small bones, malleus, incus and stapes. Okay, so these three tiny bones are forming the middle ear, which is attached with the eustachian tube. This is the eustachian tube. Okay, so this red part is the eustachian tube, this is the malleus, this is the incus and this is the stirrup. Okay, the three bones are collectively called the ear ossicles. Ossicles, it means bone. So we can collectively call these three bones as ear ossicles. The handle of the hammer is attached to the inner surface of the eardrum. You can observe here the handle of the hammer. Okay, that is the malleus, is attached with the inner part of the eardrum. This greenish part is the eardrum. So with the inner part of the eardrum, the handle of the hammer or the malleus is attached. Okay, then the incus is attached in between, and the anvil, that is the stirrup, this incus is attached with the stirrup, and the stirrup is attached with the oval window. Okay, the flat portion of the stirrup is fixed into oval window. Okay, here it is, this part is the oval window. Okay, a membrane covered opening leading to the inner ear. So from here, now the inner ear will start. So this whole part is the inner ear. The middle ear is having malleus, incus and stirrup and a eustachian tube which is connecting it with the throat. Okay, now we have to see the inner ear. Inner ear is also known as membranous labyrinth. Okay, so there are three basic parts of the inner ear, that is cochlea. This snail shaped structure is cochlea. Then three semicircular canals are there and a vestibule. Vestibule will lead into the auditory nerve. Okay, so cochlea is spiral shaped. You can observe here the cochlea is spiral shaped. Okay, 2.5 turns. So what is 2? 1 turn, 2 turn and half turn. So 2.5 turns. The inner winding of the cavity is divided into three canals separated by membrane. You can see here in this picture. This is divided into three canals, first, second and the third canal. Okay, the first and the third canal is filled with a fluid that is known as perilymph, whereas the second canal is filled with the fluid that is known as endolymph. In the endolymph there is organ of Corti, and in the organ of Corti there is sensory hair cells, and these sensory hair cells will help in the hearing. Okay, and the nerve fibers arising from these cells joins with the auditory nerve. Here you can observe the nerve fiber is arising from it, from the basilar membrane, is joining with the auditory nerve. So cochlea is having three canals, that is vestibular canal, median canal and tympanal canal. Vestibular canal and tympanal canal is filled with perilymph and the median canal is filled with endolymph. In the endolymph there is organ of Corti which has the sensory cells for hearing, and these sensory cells are present or arising on the basilar membrane, and these sensory cells are joining with the auditory nerve. Okay. Now we have to see the other parts of the inner ear. So you can observe here there are three semicircular ducts: anterior, lateral and posterior, and all these ducts are arranged at right angle to each other, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so one will be horizontal and rest two will be the vertical. These two are vertical and this one is the horizontal semicircular canal. Okay, one end of each canal is widened to form an ampulla. In this structure you can observe this end of the semicircular canal is widened over here. So at this portion it will be known as ampulla, and ampulla will also contain the sensory cells, and these sensory cells present in the ampulla will help in the dynamic balance of the body. Okay, the short stem joining the base of the semicircular canals to cochlea is showing two parts, that is utriculus and sacculus here. So this is the utriculus and this is the sacculus. So the short stem portion, it means from this portion the three semicircular canals is arising. So the short stem from where the three circular canals is arising is having two parts, that is utriculus and sacculus, and this utriculus and sacculus is collectively known as vestibule, and vestibule will join with the nerve, auditory nerve. Okay, these parts also contain the sensory cells and it is important for static balance. So the ampulla region will have the sensory cells which will be important for dynamic balance. It means during the motion the balance will be provided from here, but the sensory cells present in the this part, that is the utriculus and sacculus, will have or will manage the static balance. So during the stationary condition, standing or sitting, the balance will be provided from the vestibule. Okay, so this is how the ear is helping us to hear as well as to balance our body. So here the waves of sound waves or the process of hearing is being shown. Now what is the purpose of pinna? Okay, this is the pinna. So pinna will act as a organ which will collect the sound waves. Okay, and then the sound waves will pass through the eustachian tube. The eustachian tube equalizes. What is the purpose of eustachian tube? Here is the eustachian tube. So it is between the external ear and the internal ear. So this eustachian tube will equalizes the air pressure on either side of the external and the internal ear. So the sound waves are collected by the ear pinna, and then this sound wave will pass through the auditory canal, then it will reach to the eardrum. So it will create a vibration over here. This vibration will be keeping the three ear ossicles of the middle ear. So the vibrating eardrum will set the ossicles also into vibration, that is malleus, incus and stirrup will get vibrated. Okay, then the stirrup will amplify this vibration and it will give the vibration towards the oval window. So the vibrating stirrup will transmit the vibration to the membrane of the oval window over here. Okay, here is the oval window, which is turn sets the fluid contained in the cochlear canal also into vibration. So this is how the cochlear canal, the fluid present in the cochlear canal will also get into vibration, and the vibrating movement of the fluid will stimulate the hair-like processes present in the sensory cells of the cochlea, that is the organ of Corti, and the impulse are transmitted to the brain through the auditory nerve. Okay, so this is how we can hear the sound. The different areas of cochlear canal are suited to sounds of different pitches. Most of the sounds we hear are the combination of vibration of different rates of speed, that is of different pitches. We cannot pick up the vibration of all frequency, so our sensory endings can receive only those from 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz, but the most keenly heard sound are those of the frequency of 1000 to 4000 Hz. It means we can hear the sound frequency of 1000 to 4000 Hz very easily, whereas the dogs can perceive the sound of even higher frequency, so they are ultrasonic. Clear? Now we have to see how the ear helps in balancing. So as the head is turned in different direction, the fluid inside the cochlea will be shaken. So the moving fluid in the canal pushes the sensory hair cells endings over here. The fluid in the canal is sensory hair cells. Here is the sensory hair cells. So the moving fluid in the canals will push the sensory hair cells, sending the nerve impulse through the nerve fiber attached to them to the brain via auditory nerve. Okay, and the sensory cells in the semicircular canals are concerned with the dynamic equilibrium. Dynamic, it means when the body is in motion. Okay, similarly sensory patches are also located in utriculus and sacculus, which is responsible for static balance. So this is all for today. You just read the topic. Thank you everyone.